Well, the new year is always a time to reset, including reviewing your will and estate plan. So what should you be looking at when it comes to reevaluating your end-of-life plan? Joining us now to help break it down is Peter Sashecki from Everything Financial. Good morning. The end-of-life plan, estate planning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's start the weekend off talking about death.
Yeah, well, but it's an important subject, and everyone's going to have to deal with this sooner or later. So why is it so critical to have an estate plan?
Well, we talk so much, you and I, about financial planning and all the things that go into a financial plan. So the financial plan is getting you to retirement. That's great. But now you're retired. Now what do you do? And that's where the estate plan kicks in. Okay, I've got enough money. I've got the income. I'm retired. What happens to all that wealth and everything we've done all these years to accumulate if we pass away? That's your estate plan. How to deal with the money, the taxes, the assets if you're gone, because even though you've worked so hard to build all this, now your goal may be to leave a legacy, to help your kids take that first step that they need if you're gone. So there's the importance of an estate plan.
So let's talk more about what happens if you don't have one, if you're not properly prepared. What happens to all that you've worked for?
Well, let's look at the one we talk about all the time. Let's say RRSPs. And let's say you don't have something as simple as a beneficiary on your RRSPs. Well, then they flow through your estate. Now, your RRSPs can pass as an RRSP to your spouse if you pass away. And then they'll pay the taxes, they spend the money, etc. But if the spouse is already predeceased you and you're the only one left, if you still have RRSPs, they will get taxed in one lump sum to your estate. So part of your estate plan and your financial plan is to, how do I spend the RRSPs, or how do I get the RRSPs out of an RRSP just into cash faster? That's a key part of your estate plan. So you don't take all that hard-earned tax savings and give it back to the government in taxes.
And people aren't even probably thinking about that, but that's an important piece. What should people know about Advanced Medical Directive?
Well, you have a lot of things there. The Advanced Medical Directive. So what happens if I can't make medical decisions on my own? Really key part of estate plan, like a power of attorney or things, is have someone there who can make those medical decisions for you if you can't make them on your own. So you need a loved one or a trusted friend or someone who can step in for you if you can't make the decision, because there's a lot of people who don't want their life prolonged in a not a very fun state.
And this is a legal document that needs to be signed, and you go through that process.
Yeah, there's really four things, Carrie. Everyone talks about a will, but when you get your will, you can also get your power of attorney, your advanced medical directive, and your representation agreement. All these things where people can help you out or help make decisions for you when you can't make them yourself.
So you can have your wishes carried out in the way that you intend them to have.
Absolutely.
Okay. So what role does a registered financial planner have in completing estate planning?
Well, the person who, if you have that registered financial planner create your financial plan, and that's one of the questions we talked about in an earlier segment, I think the other day, where the questions to ask, okay, you've got me to my retirement plan. Can you also now create the estate plan? Because one really flows right into the other. So in their firm, they should have that ability. They should have a lawyer, kind of on call, or a notary, someone to write up those agreements for you as part of your plan to carry out the next step of your wishes.
Because they all work together.
They all work together. They're all part of the same package, the same plan. So the role of the registered financial planner doesn't stop when you start collecting that retirement income. That's when the role and the work they do really starts. As I said, you built it all up. Now, how do you keep it, or how do you pass it on in the most tax-effective manner?
And where does it go?
You bet.
Peter Sashecki with Everything Financial, thanks so much this morning. Great information for a lot of people.
Thanks, Gary.